All right, we are live on Facebook.
Man, you took my lines away from me.
I know that's how I do it
Awesome.
sometimes, man. Like, good thing you're not my business partner, bro. You probably hate me.
All right, guys, we're live here with a couple of special students here. We're going to be doing a GST spotlight, and you can see the topic closing clients daily, 7 clients, 7 days. We're going to go over their journey here. But first, what we're going to be talking about is how we've helped and worked with Andrew and Sal. What Cody and I do is we run a student program for agency owners called the GSD Accelerator, where we help agency owners, possibly just like you guys, grow and scale and simplify your systems and double your business in a short period of time. So with that being said, hey guys, thanks for joining us today. I know that this interview alone will inspire and help a lot of people out there. So we're going to kind of get some information from you guys on how you guys were able to accomplish closing 7 clients in 7 days, which is nearly impossible for a lot of agency owners out there. I would say about 99% of them couldn't accomplish what you guys have done with the little time we've been working with each other for the past few months. So I'll let you guys kind of give a little introduction to yourselves. So I'll start with you, Andrew.
So, my name's Andrew, and I'm an addict. I mean, I don't know. I was kidding. No, I mean, I've been doing ads and marketing for I think like 5 years now. I think me and you met at Billie Jean stuff, and from there, kind of kicked it off. But in terms of like where I started from was really just doing everything wrong. I think I've been lucky enough to do literally every single thing wrong and learn the hard way on literally every single thing, from cold calling to ads to, going to businesses and giving out like my business card, thinking like people, would call me back, and writing like letters and going to like door knocking businesses. And I think here I've probably went to easy 1,000+ businesses and gave out my business card and like a little it was like a little pamphlet. I wrote it myself, and I just like scanned it and printed a crap out of them. And I was like, I do this, I do this, I do this. Like, call me if you want, advertising, because I was like watching a bunch of like YouTube videos and trying it out. And needless to say, nobody called. I was kind of blown back. I was like 1,000 people, or at least 500. And I was like, man, none of them could give a call back. But I did everything wrong for a while, and then where it kind of switched for me was when I started to spend all the money I was making, not from advertising, because I wasn't making money from advertising for a while, but my regular jobs, just putting into like putting in courses and training. And then eventually I got enough money to go to like Billie Jean's events. And then from there, coincidentally, I met this guy named Mike Arcee. You probably very familiar with him, but I met Mike Arcee. He was like sitting behind me. We were talking for a while, and he's like, yeah, man, just take the leap, go into his like master program, or what was it called? Like be a genius or something like that. And that's once again where I met you. And that's where I kind of understood like how the flow of marketing happens for a small business. And then the next step would be discovering Grant Cardone kind of on accident, and then taking sales seriously. Cause I always thought, everyone tells you that like, just cause you talk a lot or you're good at talking, that you naturally are a salesperson. That was like the most common thing. And for me, it just didn't work ever. So I was like, hey, maybe I should get some training on how to actually talk to somebody, and, how to sell a product. And up until then, I wouldn't really sell anything until I started really taking his stuff serious and learning how to sell. And after that, it was just kind of just stacking clients. And I was getting clients probably, once every month or once every 2 weeks, while also, figuring out sales. But then the back end starts to fall off. Like, man, what the heck's going on? Like, I finally figure out sales, and then all of a sudden Facebook does their new updates. Facebook disables my account on Facebook, does all this. So once again, literally every single thing that could go wrong has gone wrong. And you can ask Sal, literally when I touch anything technology, it breaks every single time, like without fail, like every single time. So yeah, I guess it's just a hard knocks kind of situation.
So, I mean, you said something cool there in the sense that I want other people to be inspired by this. You did everything wrong to begin with. So, like, from a mindset perspective, like, what kept you consistently wanting to get better personally and also, like, keep investing into yourself?
So for me to get better, I don't know, man. Like, there's something in my mind was I didn't take it serious. Like, I didn't take it like personally. I was just like, man, like this sucks a lot because here in Temecula, like it gets like 110 degrees out in the summertime. And that's coincidentally when I would do this. It's like in the summertime. So I would have like a button-up shirt and nice pants, and I'm like sweating, like just walking door to door to these businesses. And I think the only thing I could really think of, no one's ever asked me that, but I think the only question that not the only question, but the only thing I would say to myself was like, it only takes one, you know, like this sucks a lot, but as soon as I get one, that's all I really need to really like let go. And coincidentally, it didn't even happen with me going door knocking. Actually, like a friend referred me to this business called cryotherapy, like on accident. And she's like, "Hey, like I'm going out of town and I can't go to this meeting. Do you mind taking it?" And I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And I go there, and this person is a complete like whack job. Like I'm talking, she was screaming at me on the phone, and we're just having a conversation like this, like very sporadic. And I took all like I built out a landing page and everything, and I brought it over to her place. And then she just called me like last minute. She's like, "Hey, don't come. I don't want to talk anymore." Like out of the blue. And I was like, okay, so this new thing called cryotherapy. I just found another business next door, and I just went to his place, and I was like, "Hey, like I built out this whole like landing page and ads for them. They're just blew me off. Do you want to take it over?" And they said, "Yeah." And then in 3 days, we made like $4,000. And then they're like, "Let's roll." And that would be like the first person that said yes. And then from there, I just knew immediately, like it just takes one. So as soon as I got that one, I went insane on emails, like pretty sure not legally, but just blowing people up on emails and coming up. And this is what I would learn, once again, everything wrong, that I would learn that you can't say certain things on subject lines. So like my absolute best subject line of all time, and sometimes I still use it if I really want to get someone's attention, is can I send you money for free? That would be the ultimate subject line. I would have literally 95% open rates, and I had 25% of people responding back to me saying, "This is hilarious. Let's talk. Let's do that." And then I would just keep on doing that, recycling it, and then I would find out that like it would just keep going like spam folders and whatnot. But the ones that did go through, it worked. But yeah, I think my mindset was like it just takes one. It just takes one.
That's amazing. That's a great mindset, because I know
Hey,
a lot of people
Andrew.
give up early, and a lot of people like just when they go through a program or they go through investing, they just say, "Hey, this shit's not going to work. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel." But I love that kind of tenacity of like just keep pushing forward, because it's the same thing. Like Mark Cuban said it a long time ago. He's probably not the person who is the original source of the quote, but he's like, all you need to be is right once, and that's exactly
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And then you roll, just like you said.
yeah. No, exactly.
Cool.
That's how it kind of was. And I think there's I don't know, me and Sal, like our company, how we build like our structure and how I want to make sure am I coming in clear for like the headphone?
You're good.
All right, cool. So like I know me and Sal are like very big like on like Navy SEAL mindsets and whatnot. So for me, I know they have one certain one that they have two that really stick out to me. And then I know one for sure for our company. But one is like just find an excuse to win, you know? So like that's one of our core values is essentially like there's a million excuses why you can't do something. All you need to do is just find that one excuse on why you need to get it done. So that's kind of like one thing. And then also if you practice and try to never give up, like you just won't know how to. So I think that's kind of the mindset I took on was like, sure, I mean, I'm going to get 100 no's, but like, once again, it just takes one. And
I love
then
it.
I'm off to the races.
I love that. That's great. That's part of your core values too. So I know Sal's itching to talk over here. So Pura Vida, Sal's coming in from Costa Rica over here. Sal, why don't you kind of give a little bit about your background too?
Yeah, I think this is the longest I've ever stayed silent on like the talk show
I
thing.
can see that.
So
I anticipate that.
I know, man. I'm like itching. I'm like, come on. Yeah, I really try, man. Like as a business partner here, man, to like not try to like steal the spotlight from everybody and stuff. I've been really focusing on that and just like appreciating, respecting Andrew, because yeah, man, partnerships are hard and stuff, man. And like you need to. One thing I've learned is like you just need to give the glory to your teammates, your business partners, your employees, and just everybody else involved. Because like when you're like out here doing these kind of like interviews and things like that, like you're already getting the spotlight, man. Everybody knows you got something special going on, so like you don't really need to talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? But like I don't know, I could sit here and tell like my whole life story and stuff, man. I've been doing agency since 20 years old, man. So I'm almost 34 now, so nearly like a decade and a half, man. I'll just kind of say it's really just, man, like Andrew said, dude. Like I think a lot of entrepreneurs share the same story. It's like hey man, don't hire me because I know everything right, dude. Hire me because like I know everything wrong and like I've already figured that out and made those mistakes. You know, it can save you millions of dollars, dude, if you just listen to me. And so, that's kind of how me and Andrew met, man. At that time, I had like other, I had other businesses going on and stuff, and I had my agency, but it's like right before Corona hit, I acquired a gym and whatnot, and I was kind of working on that, and then Corona hit and everything, and me and Andrew were talking for about a year at that time. We had met at one of Rob Bailey's masterminds or whatnot over in San Diego. It's where we met. And dude bought me some pizza, man. And I was like, dude, like you just like bought into like my soul and my heart, man. And so he took me out to lunch. Yeah, there's like a little funny story about it, but we won't go like too hardcore into that today. Man, like he just like asked me for some help, with like getting appointments and stuff like that, and how my team does our cold calling for appointment setting. And so, dude, I don't know. I was like, dude, just give me like, I don't know. Normally I would charge like at least like $3-4 grand to teach this one-on-one to you, but I don't know. Give me like $1,000, dude, and we'll call it even since you bought me pizza, dude. And so gave me $1,000. Like the first like week or two, I got him set up and everything, and dude, he didn't do a freaking thing, dude, that I asked him to do. Not a thing, but he did everything else that was not related to the advice that I had given him about that. So it's just like kind of that funny thing. You go in buying one thing, but you get all these other gems and stuff in different relationships. The same thing with us, so like you and like Raul and Cody and your guys' team. There's stuff that we came in for, but like the one thing that we came in for, we're actually like doing like a lot of stuff more opposite. In your course and stuff that we weren't even expecting. And so, long story short, I had when Corona hit, really focus on my gym and stuff. And I just told Andrew, like, hey man, like you just want to like merge our agencies since I can't really do this right now. And so he just kind of took over from there. And yeah, man, we've just been, doing pretty good ever since. But man, like one of the tough things coming into, with his business and mergers and stuff was just really like figuring out like, man, dude, dude, this guy's a high level. The way he has it set up sucks, dude. Why is he doing all this stuff, man? Like making all these extra steps. Why are we doing all this extra stuff for clients? This services are productized, and man. So for me, dude, just to be real, like it was like a nightmare getting in, dude. And I'm not an operations guy, dude. I'm a sales and marketing guy. But I've been doing this for so long that I was like, all right, man, let me go ahead and bite the bullet. Let's go ahead and fix some stuff up. And so growth was a little bit slow, at first, but we've been consistently growing month over month since we started, and now we're at a point where we're closing a deal a day. We're focusing really heavy on sales this quarter, whereas we were focusing more like operational stuff last quarter. And our goal this quarter, man, is to be at $250,000 a month, and then within the year, be at $1 million a month, and it's really the only way to do that, man. And for me, that's building a sales team, dude, and just going out there and crushing it. And so, like, that's what we really look forward to. And yeah, it's like a little bit of my story, man, without going into the long version. I like the short version of my story I've ever told.
Okay, good. I'm glad we got
really quick, Raul. When people listen to this, I know for me, it's cool to listen to like the ups, like how everything gradually happened. For me, I'm more of like a dark side kind of person. Like I want to hear like when shit goes bad. Because like in my mind, I compare it to what I'm doing. I'm like, well, it's not too bad. Let's keep going. So like, there's one thing that Sal didn't say in there that almost blew the whole thing up. And it would be like the mistake of pivoting to a new market when we didn't fully understand that market. And it would be the worst decision of our entire business careers, where I'm talking like in 1 month, having insane growth, insane momentum, like literally Sal, what were we at? Like $50,000-$60,000 we were selling like in a month of like pivoting to this thing. And we were promised things.
That was just brand new selling it, man.
Just brand new selling. I think easily we could have got to like no BS, probably 300-400.
I think your audio dropped for a second. Okay, 300-400 a month. You're good now.
Yeah.
It was insane.
So like I remember when you guys came to me. I remember Andrew, you pinged me on Facebook, and it was Saturday night. And like
that night is so crazy to me because we had no intention of signing up to anything. Because I was like, so, because we're still trying to figure it out. Like, what niche do we want to go after? This is like right after everything would crash and burn. We went from 50,000-60,000 a month to literally like 10 grand because we couldn't deliver and we bought an
You mean
entire
negative
program.
10 grand?
Yeah, negative 10 grand. It was like, yeah, not even 10 grand. It was like literally
I
negative.
actually remember this story. Now it's coming back to me. I remember this. Okay,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
won't
So
name
everything
we
crashed
won't
and burned, and
yeah.
no, we wouldn't have anything. But like, we bought a program, nothing like yours, because you actually deliver on what you say. This program was like, yeah, just go out and sell, and I guarantee I will help you with this. Da, da, da. Literally says it, guarantee I will help you. So me and Sal were like, you guarantee it? Yes, I guarantee it's so easy to get results. Da, 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 da. So we get all these clients.
Dude,
When
so
it
like,
comes,
yeah, we were selling like 4 or 5 attorneys like a week, dude, at that time. And that was
Yeah.
like, dude, that was with a fresh sales team, that I'd hired, that brought over from my gym. Like they weren't used to selling agency. We had like, brand new cold callers working for us, that we had just like started getting back into hiring overseas and everything. And it's like, dude, like everything like looks so great, dude. I was like, and then this time, dude, I couldn't be helping. Like, dude, Andrew, like I'm crushing on sales. What the heck, bro? Like, just get the shit done, dude. Like, stop making excuses. Just figure it out. Just figure it out. And it wasn't his fault, man. Like we just kind of got bamboozled a little bit. And like I don't think maybe the person that we were working with, maybe they just didn't expect us to like actually go out there and crush it like that. And just weren't prepared to like handle that. But I don't know, man. Like that's kind of the story, man. And that's kind of what I told Andrew, like when like before we got together, dude. Like, dude, if you just let me like handle like sales and marketing. Nothing wrong, dude. Andrew's a great sales guy and stuff. But like where my experience comes in is actually running sales teams, building stuff from the ground up. And I've done this, several times and built 7-figure businesses and sold them. And like for me though, dude, you guys, Andrew, dude, I hate operations, man. I freaking hate it. I'll do it if I have to, just because you gotta get shit done sometimes, and and sometimes there's stuff you just can't hire people for right away. You just need it done, and like by the time you hire somebody and train them up, like it's like cool, like a year later, and awesome, man, I needed this done like last year. And so like so for us, it's kind of a struggle sometimes, like moving that back and forth, between like him doing sales and I'm doing operations, and just like working on these different bottlenecks. Because ultimately, like one of my greatest skills, I'd probably say, is just being able to find that needle in the haystack, find those bottlenecks, and really just go in and fix those bottlenecks, man. But when you're growing and building your business, like there's certain cash flow you want to invest into things. There's times where you just kind of bite the bullet and get the work done yourself. Because at the end of the day, like right now, for example, like dude, like we need a CFO, man, here very soon. And right now, though, like the cash flow that we need to bring in the right CFO, like it's like I don't know if I want to pay 20% of our cash flow right now to hire an awesome CFO right this second. You know what I'm saying?
New
like,
level,
because I'd rather hire quality than
right. Like it's just a new level and a new devil. So that's always a good thing to be able to expand to have a CFO on staff, which is pretty impressive. But leaning back in, I remember the Saturday night. It was literally Saturday night. I think Andrew hit me up at like 8 p.m. or something, and maybe didn't expect me to respond that quickly, but I did. And I think we hopped on the phone like to get Sal on the call. I think by 10 p.m. we're on a call, or we started at 10 p.m. And I think we ended like past midnight. And
that night was, like I said, was crazy.
Man, it was
because
a little frantic.
Yeah, I was like, Sal, what do you think about real estate? He's like, real estate? Yeah, dude, I like real estate, man. I remember I used to do real estate, and then I did this. It's so easy, da da da. And I was like, okay, well, let me see. Like, let me go to like the high level group and like let's see who does real estate. And I was just seeing like people selling their snapshots. That's the only thing we were gonna get into, which is getting a snapshot and then seeing what it was for. Like, I remember me and Sal were like bickering over like, man, should we spend like $150 on someone's snapshot? Oh, I don't know. And then we talked to you, and then we made the decision on something 100 times that, or not 100, but like 10, whatever times that night. It's just really funny how that turned out.
I'm just not a low ticket buyer, man. I just do like I don't like if someone's too cheap, like it's just like it's not gonna give me enough value. You know what I'm saying? And so
it's questionable.
I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. Some of the best salespeople are the easiest people to sell them because, dude, like they just they get it, man, and they get excited, dude. And so yeah, dude, jump on phone with you. Yeah, what were you about to say, dude? I cut you off.
Oh no, that's quite all right. No, I was gonna say we're excited to even have you guys here, and we're happy to have you guys in the group as well because you guys are valuable members. But like, what's your, like when you first started, like you just jumped into this new industry and then you decided to get in bed with us, with Cody and I and the team. How did that help you grow the business out the gates?
Oh man,
Sal,
I
you
don't
want to
think
go or
it. I
me?
don't know. Did Raul and Cody really do much for us, or I'm trying to remember,
Just
man.
kind of
What
like
did they do?
whatever.
No, I'm just kidding. So one of the things that stands out to me is like like our onboarding with Cody. One of the first things he did was like actually just build us like a roadmap, even if we didn't like follow it 100%. But yeah, he built us this roadmap. I think my earbuds just died. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Cheer real quick.
We can't.
All right, can you guys hear me? Okay?
Now we can. You're back.
Coming through good.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Okay, cool. My earbuds just died, so you're not get. Okay, cool. So, anyways, yeah. So Cody was creating this like roadmap of what we need to do, have our steps done right away, and it's like the first thing on that roadmap, though. Looking back at it, it's like the first thing that we were supposed to do to like help with some of our efficiencies and stuff. Like, dude, we didn't get that implemented till like this week, and even at that point, we're just like, hey, Cody, Raul, man, can you guys just like take care of this for us, man, dude? We're so busy over here, like, and I'm going to Costa Rica. Andrew's doing this. Like, hey, dude, here's like some money. Like, dude, just help us out, dude. And like, you guys like help us build it out and get our team trained and everything. And so like, that was just really awesome. For me, one of the biggest things is, that I love about you guys' program that's really, really helped is just that our staff, our team members, they're able to just like come into the calls with you guys. They're able to DM you guys and just get the help they need without having to rely on us. And that's like why like, these like coaching programs like are so like important to me because like, like it's like I only have so much time in a given day. And, usually like half that time, dude, I'm like working the whole day. I know Andrew, doesn't. And it's like, so like, we'd rather like kind of chill and relax and then like, spend, the time we are working, being really efficient and doing things that we enjoy doing. And at the end of the day, dude, when, we're growing now, I mean, shoot, I think we had, about 5 employees, Andrew, when we were working with Raul, and we're getting like now close to 20, probably be at.
Yeah, I think 5, maybe 4.
Yeah.
5. Yeah, you're right. 5. You're right. Yeah, 5.
Almost like 5x our staff in this time, and you guys support them and like deal with this growth with us. But don't get wrong, like we have like managers and stuff in place, but we do daily role playing with our appointment setters, our cold callers, and just everybody gets an hour of training every day. But it's like, those live calls where people can get their, questions answered. Like it's huge, even if all this stuff, this is why I tell entrepreneurs all the time, like you need to delegate stuff. Like you can't be doing everything all the time and you can't have everybody leaning on your shoulder. Otherwise, like I think we're talking about this with somebody the other day ago, like, they're doing their sales, they're doing the fulfillment in their company. And when you're doing all those things, like when like there's problems with clients and there's problems with employees, like you just really start to internalize that and take it harshly. Like, man, like I kind of suck, my product kind of sucks and all these things. And like, it makes it hard for you to grow. And you can even ask Andrew, man. It's like, even me, I know these things. And like, like last quarter, he's like, all right, dude, let's like build and grow. Let's do this. We want to get to, bajillion dollars. I'm like, dude, right now we got to like, work on our stuff, get our operations a little bit tighter, get our systems and process tighter. Otherwise we're going to blow up, from within. And like, for me, like, although that is true, that can happen, if you put somebody in charge of it and you grow out your operations team as your sales team is growing, like, you can get both of those done. And so now I'm just at a point like, that's great. We're just going to go out and make a bunch of money. We're going to close a bunch of deals, hire some more sales people, because like right now, like there's no way that me and Andrew, can, handle all the sales ourselves right now. I mean, we're just booking so many appointments each and every day for our own team. It's just like, I mean, if we had the right people in place right now, dude, we'd probably be closing like 2-3 deals a day right now. But like we just can't get all these appointments, man.
Yeah, you mentioned something important there about delegation, because a lot of agency owners fall into, or any business, it doesn't really matter the agency space, fall into what I call the Allen Iverson effect, where it's like, if things aren't going well, you just do it all by yourself. You say, fuck everybody, fuck the team. I'll just do it. I'll be angry at them, but I won't tell them. And then I'll blow up one day and then I'll implode the whole damn thing. And then the solution is switch niches. So I don't know if that resonates with a lot of you guys out there, but I see it time and time again that the solution isn't yourself and the problem isn't yourself. The problem's let me pivot, or the team member. The reality is delegation is the hardest skill, or not the hardest, but a very, very hard skill to let go of something you do. I used to, when I had a big account, it was multi-million dollars per year. That was something I had. I had, like, my staff forced me to go on a vacation and not call them, not check in for a fucking week. They just said, please leave. You're ruining our lives. Well, this will not break. We will not disappoint you. So I left, came back, and that allowed me the freedom by, like, I think it was like an 18-year-old that even told me that. So they had so much passion for the company that they wanted it to go so well. And I looked at it as, if I want to get it done right, I got to do it myself. So that taught me a great valuable lesson early on, with the biggest deal at the time that I had. So delegation is not to be taken lightly. It's a leadership role that people need to step into, and it's a learned behavior, which is important.
I would argue it's the number one most important thing about, running a business. It's in my opinion, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's fact, dude. It's freaking fact. It's what separates somebody from a hustler to a businessman or woman, right? Like, is that ability to delegate and to hire and to have employees. Because it's like, I don't know. It's like, running your own business and calling yourself a CEO, which, I've done before plenty of times. But it's just like, dude, like, CEO of what? Like, you, yourself, and I, and like maybe like an assistant. Like, it's just like, to really grow a business, man, it requires people, leadership, anything that you do in life, that's great. If you want to be great in life, like, you have to have great people around you. And it's like something that I wish, like, I learned so much earlier on, man. And I'm just gonna go ahead and like drop the name of the book in here if that's cool. But it's like probably the number one business book that, and if you know me, you know what I'm about to say here. Number one business book I've read in my entire life on how to build and grow, scale and grow businesses, especially if you're looking to sell them one day. A book called Traction by Gino Wickman. It's the entrepreneurial operating system. If I'd read this book when I was 20, dude, I wouldn't have been at a point where I was like 24. And don't get me wrong, I was making like good money. I was doing like 500 to $1,000 a day, dude, like running my first agency within like weeks of getting it started. But dude, by the time I was 24, man, I literally wanted to put a gun to my head, dude. Like, like, got very depressed and stuff, dude. Got like, a little bit of suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. And it just like got to a point, man, because like I was taking on all this work and I couldn't say no to sales because I needed to help my family out and keep providing for them. But then like, I'd like keep like, trying to outsource and hire people overseas, then in America. And like, I just kept losing money, getting burned, and, blaming everybody else for my mistakes and getting pissed at employees. And, dude, like, I was like a complete asshole to work with. I mean, maybe I still am, but I think I've got a lot better about that, especially lately. There's some things that me and Andrew have been learning. But the point I'm trying to make is like, like, running a business will literally like destroy your soul and your life if you do not learn how to delegate and let other people do stuff and just let go. There's a proper way to do this. You can't just, be like, okay, cool, I'm going to hire somebody and here you go, expect them to get the job done without like, doing any kind of work at all, making sure they're the right fit, building the right culture, making sure that the right person, the right seat, and all these different things that go into it. I can talk about it all day, but the point is, without that, like, like, dude, you're just going to hate your life. And I don't know anybody that ever met that's been exempt from that, that's been an
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, because a lot of people want to hire their savior, which you're not going to hire a savior for your business, and you can't throw a blind eye at it. And that's why, like ever since I started the agency and started to hire people, I was hiring for a very specific need of a skill, but then I was also hiring for positions that I no longer was a good fit for, so I can outgrow it. And that's why we were forced early. Luckily, I have like entrepreneurial family that had fairly successful livings at the time, and we developed SOPs, make things clear to every single person what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and what the outcome should be. And that's where Cody and I talk about the assembly line agency all the time. Is like, create this assembly line. That's why we build SOPs for absolutely everything that we share with everybody, because without that, things can go south fucking fast. Because by the time, because I was doing a podcast earlier this morning. I woke up at 6 to do a fucking podcast too. And I was talking about most businesses, and I'm going to frame it with agency owners because this is what this group is about. They don't have bank accounts; they have escrow accounts. And all that simply means is that they're collecting money from their clients. They're temporarily putting it into this quote unquote escrow account. Then they're paying their white labels. Then they're paying for the ads, and they're paying their softwares. And then they're paying everybody. And then they look at their bank account and they realize, which most entrepreneurs will find out 3 or 6 months or some ungodly long time for some reason, they don't look at numbers, that they didn't make money. And in fact, they lost money. They were charging people a lot of money, and then they have no money. They don't even have money to pay their credit card because there's no cash flow, because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And that's kind of why you need these benchmarks and metrics in place, and SOPs, and knowing how to do just basic math.
Got two words, man. For anybody who's struggling with finances in their business, and like just like that's not my strong suit, dude. I'm really good at making money, but I'm even better at spending it, as they say. Like I'll go out and make like 20 grand, sell like a 20 grand deal in a day. And then like I'll be like, Andrew, dude, let's go invest 50 grand in this program. Like that's how I am. So like one of the things that really, really like changed my life in finances and business, and this is something relatively new that I read about, like, I don't know, probably what, 3-4 months ago, Andrew, we read this and started applying it. Andrew actually read it before me. And I've been told to read this book for like 5-6 years. Profit first, dude. Profit first. Like it absolutely is amazing, because like, like the traditional thing is, sales minus expenses equals profit, right? You get whatever's left over, and sometimes there's nothing left over. But profit first, it takes sales minus your profit equals your expenses. So that way you control your operating costs. And then like, it allows you to also like be more lean of a company, be more creative with how you do things, and figure out, creative solutions to be able to stay within your percentages so that you're paying yourself. And what happens is, dude, like if you don't pay yourself, and I was literally a few years ago running a business that was doing about $350,000 a month, right? Dude, I was paying myself for like 7 months in that business, zero. And then I was paying myself like $3 grand. The most I ever paid myself while I owned the business before I sold it was, $7,000 a month. And that was only for like 3 months before I sold it. And so it's like, dude, but like what it does is it destroys your quality of life, because then your bills are stacking up, your girlfriend, wife keeps spending stuff thinking you're making all this money, you know what I'm saying? And you think you're making more money, like I'll just dip from the account, but then stuff comes up, emergency expenses, you lose contracts, you lose employees, truck breaks down, need to buy a new tool, like whatever it may be, right? All these things happen, and then all of a sudden you're left like not paying yourself anything, or paying yourself peanuts, when you're like literally the most important person in the entire company. And like, if so if like you're happy and you're enjoying your life and you're taking care of yourself, well then, dude, it's going to spread out throughout your company. But otherwise, dude, if you're stressed out and you're pissed off all the time, like you're going to hate, like your business is going to become a prison instead of financial freedom for you. And like, that's why, dude, I'm like, I've been traveling a lot lately. If you've been following me, dude, I've been like, in the last few months, I've been like Mexico a couple of times, went for like, was traveling in the US a little bit, did a little bit of road trip. Came here to Costa Rica, dude. Like I'd be like probably in like Southeast Asia right now if everything wasn't shut down. But
Right.
but what I'm trying to make is like, if it wasn't for these things in place, like I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to only have to commit to working 2 to 4 hours a day. And I'm not saying like I don't necessarily not work more than 2 to 4 hours a day, but the stuff I work on stuff I want to work on, and it doesn't feel like this right now, like talking with you and everything. Like didn't have an Andrew on here. Like this isn't work to me, dude. This is like fun time. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like the reason why I got into business to begin with, is to do stuff like this.
Yeah, no, amen to that. Yeah, we all want to have fun. So I want to talk about the experience you guys have had, like of 7 clients, or I'm sorry, it was started off as 7 clients in 7 days plus 10K, but you guys are doing a deal a day. So when you came to us, like you essentially came to us with like the idea of buying a snapshot, jumping into our program. So you have 0 clients and you're just kicking things off. Like if I can fast forward to today, where are we revenue wise?
Yeah. So we were so with specifically your program in real estate that we're talking about. Okay. So real estate, yeah. So we started with 0 real estate clients, $0 in real estate in that niche. And so I don't know, Andrew, where are we at probably with real estate right now? I don't know, close to 12, 15, or I don't know where we at.
I think like 12. I think 12 right now.
Yeah, something
12. And that's only one half of what we do. Like niche wise, we do 2 other niches. But in terms of like real estate itself, because we use your stuff and we apply it to other niches as well. So it's not like we only use it for real estate. With us, we're like, okay, we learned something cool, so why don't we just apply it to everything? So it makes everything simpler. But in terms of just hardcore like real estate, I think we're at like 12. And we're booking like 5 or 6 appointments a day, I think, to go to like qualifying calls, and the qualifying call go to the sales call. So that's kind of like what we're at. We disqualify like heavy too, right? So like for us, the qualification, we're looking for that one certain person, and when we get them on the phone, it's almost a close every single time.
And
It's
so
very rarely that someone says no.
that's one thing to keep in mind, guys. Like, it's not about like, quantity, man. When you're running an agency, it's about the quality. Because like one bad client will cost you the same amount of time as literally. Like I did the math once before. I had one client that was costing me like 10 to 15 times like the time that any other client. So like one client was taking up as much time as like 10 to 15 clients. Because like when you have like a good client, you're taking care of, and they're not all crazy and stuff, man. Like ends up like they just leave you alone, and like you might not, other than like your regular check-ins with them, like they don't really have anything to say most. I'm like, awesome, yeah, good job, killing it, like cool. Do you have to keep calling me every week? Because like, dude, we're doing great, man. I'm like, I know, man, but dude, we're just keeping things going, keeping that relationship going. And so the other thing that I was saying there, we also haven't been working with you guys for very long either. And we really only really started really pushing the real estate. Really, I don't know, what would you say, Andrew, within like the last like 30 days or so, like really push, actually like
5 days,
focusing on it.
45. Yeah. Because our other niches, bro, we have close to like 40 clients in the other niches. Yeah. So that's like the other half of the business. And then just real estate is that. So we've been pushing real estate heavy for like the last 45 days, but everything else has been going on for a while.
That's awesome. Like what's the overall like monthly ongoing revenue that you guys are at now?
I don't know. I think we just surpassed like 40 plus.
That's awesome.
40 plus K. Yeah. That's so cool. That's kind of what it's at. I mean, it's awesome for us. Like
I'm used to.
Yeah. Our mindset is like, man, like what the heck are we doing, man?
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
Yeah, because I mean, but you guys have the experience in the scars already. Because I mean, you guys essentially, like when we talked, you guys were just kind of like realigning, restarting up, re-mindset, leaving the cryotherapy niche, and kind of getting back in the swing of things. So, and like you mentioned, like these principles that we teach apply to any industry. Like real estate is just one of them. It can go to dentistry, attorneys, whatever. We have a diverse group inside, so you can literally niche multiple niches and use the same exact principles to create, like I like to use analogies. I call it the triangle offense. So you can just kind of attack different teams. Like the Lakers have the triangle offense they use versus the Clippers, the Celtics, the Knicks. In our case, we're using the same offense in different industries, and there's small pivots. Those are the nuances, the pains, the problems, and the solutions the clients need, so they can pay you money.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly.
Remember too, we're just talking about MRR right now. We're not talking about gross revenue. We're not talking about like the $10,000, $25,000 plus deals, that I'm still closing on the side and stuff here, a couple times a month. And like, dude, like we've honestly just been like, I don't know what, it's been probably about 80% operations for the last 6 months has been like kind of the focus. And so like now it's just like, I'm telling you, like right now, like rolling, dude, I'm telling Andrew right this, I'm saying publicly. Dude, we're gonna be at like $250,000 a month, dude, in the next 2 months. Like I'm telling you right now, dude. Like because now that everything's nice and tight, and dude, I just told Andrew, man, like don't even bother me about operations. I'm gonna go out and we're gonna go out, build a sales team, hire 2 more sales guys, get some like real killers in here, dude, and like just destroy it on there, dude. Get them each like 2 or 3 appointment setters, and like, dude, to make sure that they have like 8 actual closing calls every single day of the week. Like at least, if not like, closer to 10 to 15. And like, for me, this is nothing new. This is stuff that I've done before. It's like what I was telling like Andrew, like we go back and forth for a few months. My dude, just be patient, dude. Like when the timing's right, dude, we're going to go and jump all over this thing. And so like, guys, like, a lot of stuff that we were able to learn from you, Raul, like, gives me the confidence that my team is able to handle, the new growth that we want to do. And like, dude, like, and so like, I'm really pumped for that. And, without you guys as a, system, like, I don't know, it'd be a little more difficult, man. Like I said, dude, operations are my thing. And when it comes to operations of running an agency, I feel like, your team, like, has like really killed it, dude, with your courses, your programs, like the way that your SOPs and stuff are set up, the way that your like ISA, the VA trainings that you guys have now. Like all that stuff, like makes it so that we don't have to go and record all those videos and do that. It's like, it just makes it really easy for us, dude. And so like, that's why like now, like I'm confident to be able to go out, crush the sales, and know that we're just not going to implode. And because I've literally had that happen before at my first agency, so it scares the crap out of me. Like, I'm not worried about making money ever, dude. I'm worried about like shit blowing up, you know what I'm saying, and not being able to recover from it. But I don't think that's gonna be the case this time.
No, definitely won't be the case. It's going to be like the crypto guys say, to the moon.
To the moon. Yeah, for us, that 250 mark is really what we're trying to strive for. So like the 40K for sure, because I think when we were talking, it was definitely, I think we're once again, yeah, like negative 10K at one point because Amex. I didn't realize how powerful Amex is. It's a great card, but man, it can freaking get you really quick. And yeah. So I think, yeah, when we first started talking, we were like negative like 10K.
Well, what Andrew is talking about here is like, because we were doing a pay per live transfer. And so like we had to like not only like give the clients money back, but we had to like pay off all that ad spend we were spending, dude. And
yeah,
it was a lot, dude.
Yeah, it was like it was literally a double negative. Like it was like it was
anybody
insane.
knows that Amex, dude, like that's a charge card, not a credit card.
I didn't know that. I would have to learn it the hard way because I'd be like, Sal, they want $4,000 next month. Are you fucking kidding me?
I only said it like 3 times before we got that card. That's how it works with those Amex. But the Amex are great though, because you get your points and everything. Right. Like it really adds up, man, throughout the year. When you're spending like 30, 40, 50 K plus a month in ads, I mean, dude, it adds up, man.
Yeah, it definitely adds up. That's a beautiful thing to get some travel rewards as a side benefit, or cash back. But like, let's go into the clients. Like, I want to talk about the week because there's a lot to unpack here, but we'll try to summarize it for people out there. So 7 clients in 7 days plus 10K. Can you guys walk me through that?
Yeah. So for me, I think at that time Sal was still on the operations side because he loves operations so much, and I was doing sales. So for that one, I mean, I always tell everybody that like, well, at least from my mindset is like a sale today isn't a result as a sale today, if that makes sense. So a sale today is a result of what happened 2 weeks ago. So that's the way I always think. So those 7 sales and are those, 7 sales, and then we would get 6 sales last week, and then I think 4 or 5 this week. So like we're almost at like 1 a day consistently. But and for us, I think at least for me, when I think of sales and those 6 to 7 sales, it came from 2 weeks ago. What happened 2 weeks ago? What conversations did I start, and how much follow-up did I do? And for instance, like one closing we had last week,
sales, bro. Because dude, like if they're not closing in like 24 to 72 hours, you're doing something wrong, dude. Like 2 weeks, gosh. I'm just like,
in terms of touch points is what I mean. No, if you're on the call, close them right then and there. I'm talking about like
5 years.
Yeah. So what happened last week, it was funny. We actually had somebody like come in from 2 months ago that we spoke to, and our sales guy, Jonathan, would send like a quirky text message. If you ever meet Jonathan, you'll know exactly what I mean.
I know. I met Jonathan. Yeah.
He's the most creative human being I've ever met in my entire life. Like he'll send the quirkiest things, like a text message with like a meme. He's all about memes, and he'll get someone to laugh. And he just followed up once a week with a meme, and just like, "Hey, John, thinking of you," and like put like a little cat meme or something. And then 2 months later, he's like, "Hey, I'm ready to go. Let's do this thing." And he's got a big team. It was a huge account.
He'll also throw memes and all that stuff on your super serious, important business documents and change stuff and add cutesy stuff without you even knowing. To the point where you got to start hiding those files away from him in a separate shared drive folder. But that's why I love Jonathan. Ultimately, he's learned a lot about sales. I've been mentoring Jonathan for about a year now. I've known him for a few years. He worked for other companies of mine before he came over to the agency. And like ultimately, it's like one of those things though, like even though he can like be in the sales seat, he's ultimately like a really creative, like kind of guy who would do better on the marketing team. But once again, it's like one of those things where it's like, he's doing great, as it is, but like it's like long term, we need to get him into the right seat so we can keep him, because like eventually, like he'll probably get sick of doing this stuff because like it's not his true calling, his true passion. Like he's like top rated photographer in the country. Like his photography is amazing. His marketing skills, his copywriting, like he's just really good. And it's just like, man, like why don't we have him over there? And it's just been one of those things. Like he started somewhere, and but it's like I told Andrew, like this next quarter, dude, like let's get him over where he deserves to be. And so like that's another thing. Like when you have employees, they may start somewhere in your company, but like it's up to you as a business owner or as manager, supervisor, whatever your role is, to really see like what people's callings are in life and like what their unique abilities are, and so that you can get them into like the like absolute perfect position in your company, because that's how you keep employees long term, and you keep a faithful team. And I know too many like agency owners and business owners in general that just really, like, I think number one, like maybe like, I don't want to say don't care, but some of them really don't. But it's like they just don't fully like commit to their employees the way that they expect them to commit to them. And so when you're able to do that, like, like, I don't know, like it's one of those intangibles. It's really hard to calculate, like the loss of losing an employee that you actually don't want to lose. They think they call it, like in the corporate world, regrettable turnover. And it's like when you have regrettable turnover, like it just affects the company so much. It affects the morale of the company. It affects like your, like your bottom line in the company, man. And like, because you have to rehire, you have to retrain people. Like, and it's like, if somebody's been with you for even 6, 12 months, 2 years, it's just like, think about all that time and training that they've had. Think about everything they've learned. Think about like the ties and relationships they have in that company. And like, when that's somebody that you don't want to lose, and you lose them because somebody else is going to take care of them better, pay them more money, or, put them in the right position, or they're not going to have to deal with that jerk boss that you should have fired like a year ago, but you kept him on because he's your cousin. Like, I'm saying, stuff like that. I believe that's one of the biggest impacts and biggest financial losses in a company that most people never even think to track of, and really care, is that regrettable turnover. Once again, it comes down to people, right? Without people, you don't have a business, man. At the end of the day.
Right.
But
awesome.
but go back to the sales role. I think for us, it was definitely like the follow up. Like just continue the follow up, and then obviously making sure that we have opportunities. So for us, like Grant Cardone's like very big, like a big like, I don't even know the right word to say, but very big in our company. Like the way Grant Cardone runs his companies and everything is just straight up, just like fill your pipeline as much as possible. Like because with a big pipeline, you can afford to like mess up here and there, and then just begin the follow process. Because I know when I was beginning, I would try like my hardest to be like, okay, great, I got like 3 people, I'm gonna wow them and do all this. When in reality, looking back at it now, I thought I was busy. Compared to now, it's kind of a joke, but I used to think I was busy because I had like 1 or 2 sales calls that week. Like I would try my hardest to get 1 or 2, when in reality, I was afraid to like pick up the phone as soon as somebody like opened an email. So like a hack that I have is like, if you have like some type of email tracking software, send an email, send like a selfie video. Those are really big. Or send some type of like, we call like a vid machine email, where it's like you make a customized video for them for like 1 minute and just figure out how to scale it. And what I mean by scale it is have like a green screen, and all you're doing is changing out the script for the very first 2 sentences and mass blowing those up. And those will get attention very quickly. And as soon as they open it, like on your tracking software, just give them a call. And then just be like, hey, John, it's Andrew over here at SM180. I wanted to give you a call. I sent you over an email in regards to a customized video I sent to you guys. I just want to know, what'd you guys think of it? Without like selling, without even mentioning what the heck it is. That was literally the script I would use. And then when Sal came in, I was still doing that. I would do like 300 of those. And then people are still coming. The crazy thing is, people are still coming in from a year and a half ago because of that video, because they're like, literally like, I've never had anything like that. I've never done anything or received anything like that. So that was like one hack.
It's huge.
Good.
Like, it's like absolutely like how I took a gym in the middle of Corona from $5,000 a month to $50,000 a month in a gym. So $200 memberships.
Yeah.
It was exactly the stuff we're talking about here. And a lot of it was video. Like, I call it indoctrination campaign. I follow a lot of digital marketer, Ryan Dice. I've been through all this training several times. And like these indoctrination campaigns, man, when people get into your funnel, like, dude, like we hit them up with videos, dude. We hit them up with retargeting videos. Like, I'm not even doing this stuff in the agency right now, man. Like, cause like you got to build stuff one step at a time. There's like a foundational piece that you put in, and then you add this kind of stuff to increase your, your conversion points and stuff, right? But it's like, like one of the things that like I'm really big into is sales guys, right? When they get an appointment booked for them, like, hey, like, send people a video message, like about what to expect before it, and actually make it like literally spend like a minute and be like, hey, John, it's Jonathan over here, dude. I'm super stoked and excited to see you here. Coming up here, I got you booked for a Tuesday at 3 p.m. And then, like, just talk about what they can expect and stuff like that. And it's like nothing crazy. It's just let them know, hey, dude, I'm a real person. I'm excited to talk to you, dude. And like, you're not talking to some corporate drone, right? And so like you combine that stuff and you stack these videos, and then like you have like, like 3 to 5 videos that go out to that not only through email and text and stuff, but retarget them on, ads on Facebook and Google. And then now, dude, people are seeing you everywhere. You're getting this omnipresence. They're getting these videos that are telling them what to expect along the way as it gets closer and closer, their appointment. And then like, yeah, dude, like you just like, it just makes your closing like ridiculous. And that's how like, dude, in my business is, dude, we'll have like weeks where we do 75 to 90%, closing rate on closing calls because of stuff like this, because we spent the extra time and attention with people and focused on quality. And then like you said, dude, it's assembly line, like how you build your business, right? So like, dude, when I like, especially my salespeople, dude, like sales, dude, like they should be doing nothing else but keeping them on the phone all day closing, right? Like you shouldn't have like your salespeople out being these hunter-gatherer positions. It's freaking complete bullshit to closers, dude. Like, I work for one of the largest marketing companies in the world as a consultant, doing sales. And, they're paying us like 55, 60 grand a year base, plus like our, fat commissions. And they're having us go out there, door knock, cold call, like all that crap. And it's like, dude, you're the world's largest internet marketing company in the world. You can't like throw a brother some leads, get some appointments. Like, not that I'm complaining, but it's just like, dude, like their business model was stupid. And that whole field sales division ended up closing within like a year of like when I left there to, go start my own agency again.
Oh, you got to give me the name of it now.
All right, I'll go ahead and drop it. Web.com.
Oh, web.com. Oh, it's funny. I met the CEO of I don't think he was a founder. I think he was the CEO. He sold it. Maybe he was the founder. Jeff. Jeff Stibble.
Okay, yeah, he left and came back, I think, or I forgot what his name is now. Don't get me wrong, dude. Like they're great. Like they're actually like a great company. They run it like a small business. They got so many different divisions in that company, dude. Just like any corporate monster, man. They're buying out machine learning companies left and right nowadays. But like it was a really cool company. But at the end of the day, like just that department was just
big company,
I think that was like one
like that. Yeah.
Mistakes.
Big companies like that, like I mean, the quality service isn't always as good to the small businesses. Like we provide boutique offers, but summarizing like this whole conversation here, I mean, at the end of the day, like in order to build scale and have a sustainable agency, I mean, you have to build it on the right foundations because it's easy to implode. It's easy to have the self-doubt. It's easy to hate the world, your family, your health, everything, and work 24/7 just to stay in the same place. And maybe even worse, because your health could be depleting, your relationships depleted, your energy depleted, your money is not even there. So I think it's important that people look at like, what do they want to do and have clarity, but also don't start on chapter 2 when you haven't even picked the right fucking book yet. Because I think when you see shit on for social media with people posting stuff like their success stories, it took them a long time to get there, assuming those stories are true. So everybody talks about where they are today. They don't talk about how they got there, the 12 years, the 2 months, the 17 years to get that success. So keep that in mind when you're starting. Everything worthwhile takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of help. It's a lot of mentorship. We offer mentorship, just a keyword there. But even if you don't hire us, hire somebody that you feel is the right fit to get you where you want to go. And think of the future you want to be, because if you think like today's you will go nowhere. But if you think about where you want to be, make the decisions that person makes. That's how you get there.
Call it cheat codes, bro.
That. It's funny that you say that too. Oh, go ahead, Phil.
Let's say I call it cheat codes, man. Like
we'll give you the cheat codes.
Like in the video games, you can put like up, down, A, B. I don't know, like Contra or whatever. But like, dude, when you like work with other people who have already been where you want to go or doing something right, like whether it's on the macro or micro level, don't really matter. But like anytime you want to do something in life, like probably the easiest way to get there and to do that thing is number one, to like just stop being stubborn, stop that ego, stop that pride, dude. Visionaries, entrepreneurs, I'm talking to you right now. Get rid of that, dude. That is like the absolute thing that will destroy you, dude, is that ego and pride. And so find somebody who really knows what they're doing and invest in them. Like maybe go read like some of their books and some of their other content before you make a huge purchase with them. But it's just like, dude, like literally, like until I started investing into myself, I think Grant Cardone was like the first guy I ever really like invested actual money into and didn't just like download some like free courses online or, free, like the cracked ones people put on different websites and stuff. And you find it online for free, even though it's like a paid course. Not that I would ever do that or nothing, none of us do that. But it's like, dude, hire guys that know what they're doing, man. And like my opinion is hire guys who are above and beyond where you want to go to where that's stupid easy. So like, if you want to, make $1 million a month, right, in your business, go find somebody who's making like 10, 20, 50, $100 million. Go work with that dude. Like sell everything you can, work with that guy, and get those results. And so that's why we're working with you, Raul, because like, when it comes to, working in this real estate niche, when it comes to, blowing it up and the operational stuff. And don't get me wrong, you guys got some great sales things too, but that's like not really like our weak area. It's the operational side, right? And so it's like, dude, you got, you work for realtor.com, right? You blew up all their stuff. You had like, all the credibility. We got on the phone, like, I knew you knew what you were doing. You guys had like the SOPs, you had the training videos, like you had everything for us that even though, yeah, we could have done ourselves, like we're not idiots, me and Andrew, we're pretty smart dudes, as much as like I make fun of us being idiots. Like we could have done all, but dude, like how much time and money would we lose in just an opportunity cost alone by like, like making all the mistakes on top of that and, all these different things. And it's just like, dude, like all you got to do is just, hey, pay somebody a little bit of money, dude. And like, you're going to get there a lot easier. And
I feel like
actually follow what they say.
Yeah, it's definitely a pay to play situation. And I think that was hindering my growth. Like when I was just doing it by myself, was thinking like I can just figure it out myself. Like I can just watch enough videos and I'll figure it out myself, opposed to spending a little bit of money and saying, well, why don't I just get the actual roadmap and then just follow the roadmap that's already been tried and true, opposed to me trying to be Superman and trying to figure it out myself and build it all myself. That slowed me down a lot, was me trying to figure it out. And I was trying to save money. Like I would try my hardest because I think as an entrepreneur, as soon as you get a little bit of money, you're like, holy smacks, this thing is working. I need to protect the money. Like I finally got some money. I need to be protecting it. And I remember every time I would get $2,000 or $3,000 like in my bank account, I'm like, finally it's working. And then a course would come out or like a mastermind or something like that. And I was like, man, $2,000 for a 2-day mastermind. And that's where I would meet Sal. I was like, 2,000, I only got like $4,000 to my name right now. Like, can I spend 50% of my, like, my wealth? I guess you could, it's not really wealth, but like, 50% of your entire savings account in 1 day or 2 days. And I said, yeah, I was like, I think every time in my life, when things got better in terms of like business was when I just got rid of cash to learn something new or be in the game with bigger players. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I go practice basketball with my cousin who doesn't practice basketball, probably not going to get that much better. But if I'm playing with, LeBron James or something like that for a week, like I'm going to be forced to play better. Like I wouldn't be able to stay in the game if I'm not. So I would definitely say to pay to play. And that's something me and Sal were talking about yesterday. Was like when we get to the 250
time on this stuff, bro. I'm glad you're saying this because I'm gonna record. Like I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna play it back every single time you give me crap about investing, dude. Dude, every time like I'm trying to spend money on something, man. Because like, dude, like I don't know, like I grew up with nothing, man, dude. My dad was like broke his neck when I was a teenager or dropped out of high school. That whole story, man. I'm not here to tell a sob story, but like, dude, so like I had like nothing my entire life, man. And so like anytime like I've made money, I've just been like, I have no problem like spending it because I'm like, cool, I'll just go out and go sell another deal. I'll go ahead and make some more money. And like, so like probably to a fault, but it's like Andrew's like the opposite, dude. It's like, dude, to get 2 pennies out of this guy, bro, like you can't squeeze hard enough to get him out of him, dude. I'm telling you.
No.
A good temporary
for me, it's the little things that I don't like to spend money. But for you, for that, like to get into your program, it only took like 30 minutes to say yes. But like I said before in that story, we were bickering about $150. Like, do we want to spend $150 here? Like literally, this is the conversation that we had before you hopped on that freaking Zoom call with us. It was like, man, do we really want to spend $150 on the snapshot? Why don't we do something else? Why don't we find who else is having it for cheaper? And you hopped on the call and I was like, for our mindset was like, it's so much more money, it has to work. Like he's got so much confidence around what he does and how he does it. And then also the program, this is probably like the cleanest program I've ever gotten. And I've probably spent no joke, $30,000 on training programs.
You've only spent 30 grand, dude. You're like,
dude, that's it, man.
Andrew's like, what are you, 25, Andrew? 26 now? I forgot.
25.
25. So, dude, like, I got almost 10 years on this guy, but dude, like, I'm telling you, like, if I was like half of where Andrew was at 25, dude, like, I'd be a billionaire by now. But
no, but going into your program, Raul, it was probably the cleanest program I've ever experienced. The only one that would be close to yours would be like the Billie Jean in terms of like, how do I say, like putting things, like categorizing it, I guess. But yours blew it out of the water comparatively. So I look at that as like a stepping stone, and yours is like, okay, great. You finally got one step ahead of you, like one step in front of you. So how do you want to start to run now? And that's how I see your program, because it's literally like a plug and play situation where it's like, you guys help us with the ISA. You know how much training we had to do to train an ISA, and you guys have the freaking university now? I was like, man, what the heck? Because me and Sal were like busting our heads to get good quality ISAs and appointment setters and trying to figure it all out. And then your university or training, I guess, not really university, but training, really, really helps you go from like 1 to 6 really quickly. And I think that's how we view your guys' training program, is like really helping that next step to actually start to scale and grow. Because like Sal said, when he came in and partnered up with us, dude, we were just doing anything and everything. Like literally, because for me, my mindset, like I told you all in the beginning, I was like, it just takes one. The problem is I keep that every time where I'm like, great, I just need to fix this one problem, and then let's just keep going. And then I realized as soon as I fix one problem, 10 other things would break. And I was like, well, that's fine. As long as we keep getting sales, it'll work itself out. So for me, I'm always like, the solution is sales. We just need more sales. So as soon as we get more sales, you know, we can hire people to figure it out, or we can hire, you know, more people, we can hire whatever. So that's my mindset, is like, man, let's just get some more sales coming in.
And
I know
bro, I do that. And don't get me wrong, dude, I believed in that so much for so long until I got to a point where I started selling so much crap that literally like it like destroyed business, destroyed my soul, and like got to a point where I just like couldn't do it anymore. Like, you know, like you just like all this stuff happens, and like don't get me wrong, like dude, if you're just starting your business and stuff, dude, like I don't care what you do, go out and sell some shit, man. Like, you know, like be moral, be ethical about it, make sure you can actually deliver the stuff. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying names, but I'm not saying go buy a course and like don't completely know what the hell you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But like there comes a point to grow an actual business that where as much as sales, front end sales is important, it's not like the end all be all eventually, you know, like before you get to probably, I don't know, about once you start getting around 50 to 100K a month, it becomes a point in your business where like you can destroy your business and lose a lot of good people, lose employees, and like deal with a lot of major issues, you know, and, you know, lawsuits, complaints, all that kind of stuff once you get to a certain point. But, you know, really the key is in my opinion, you know, is retention, man. Like, you know, if I was going to say like, if anything was more important than sales, what would it be? It would be retention, because, and really retention is just another form of sales. It's just keeping people paying you every month. You know what I'm saying? And so like, for me, like that's really the focus, because I would rather bring on, you know, 10 clients in a month that are paying us very well, that we keep for 2, 3, 4 years, rather than 50 people who leave us after 30 to 60 days. You know, and like, that's just, you know, how it is. But at the end of the day, you know, like it's all important, man. Like you begin to realize, you know, as you start doing better in your entrepreneurial journey, you realize sales is important. You realize operations is important. You realize that your finance, you realize really how important that finance and legal stuff is, man, because that right there, dude, you make the wrong mistakes there, you're making millions of dollars a year. Like, dude, like people will come and take you, dude. I've been sued twice in my businesses, and like, it's not a fun thing to go through, but it's like, you know, the attorney, you know, told us, he's just like, you know, man, if you haven't been sued at least once, man, like you ain't doing it right. And so, yep. Like, you know, it happens, man. And like, nobody like ever successfully, like, I don't think they ever successfully did, but you know, we had like lawsuits thrown our way, and like, you know, like we did stuff to settle and things like that. But like, you know, it happens, you know, And like, but like, if you're just starting your business, dude, and you're not even at like 100K a month, I probably wouldn't worry too much about all the, legal stuff right now. You don't make enough money for anybody to really try to come after you for much.
We'll leave the legal stuff for the lawyers. but so if somebody who was on the fence in wanting to work with us and skeptical about, can we get them results, that they've been in other people's programs, heck, they may be in somebody's now, and it's not getting the result they want, and they want to grow an agency, like, what would you tell them?
Go first up.
Yeah, sure. Oh man, dude, Raul, he's a jerk, man. Cody, man, not much better, dude. I wouldn't give him $1. No, man, what I would tell people is it's just like, it's like anything else. Like, like if you're serious, you're committed to your business, and like, that you have that inner drive and passion in you, and you're just looking for the right framework. You're looking for a group of cool guys that can help you get there. I'd say just go ahead and join, man. Like, stop being I don't want to cuss too much on here. I don't know your rule is, but Grant Cardone say something, stop being a little biatch basically, and just make that decision, jump in and get it done. The shit works, guys. Like, I bought in, I don't know, dude, I've probably have spent $250,000, $300,000 by now on different courses, mentorships and stuff for me and my teams in business. And I would say, dude, like your guys' program is probably the number one program that I've ever invested into. And I've paid for programs that are literally like about $80,000, man. And so, you guys blow it out of the water. You guys, your guys' coaching, you guys actually like really give a shit about people. I think is like the important part for me, because like you can go online and download a bunch of courses and videos and stuff. But at the end of the day, like for me, the value is really in the fact that my team can jump on these calls. I think you guys are like at pretty much almost every day of the week now, or 4 days a week now. But all the problems that we have, like I don't even really hear about too much, because anytime something comes up, it's just like, hey, go ask Cody and Raul. Go ask Cody and Raul. And that's what they do. And like, you guys are able to help them. And, like we're able to solve a lot of issues before they really become issues in our business. And there's a lot of stuff like I'm sure me and Andrew don't even hear about, because you guys are already helping his team, take care of those things. And I'd say like, one of the things I know, like a lot of marketers, they've been burned by other marketers, man. Like it's pretty cutthroat out there sometimes. And I'll say that you guys are actually like one of the few like marketers that actually like deliver through on your promises. And in our world, like that's huge. Yeah, it's huge, man. Like, dude, like I'd much rather buy something from somebody who's not a marketer than in any other profession or trade than somebody who is a marketing expert, man. There's just, I think we like probably deal with some of the most like, messed up situations when it comes to these gurus and stuff compared to other industries, like, between this and like biz op and stuff. And so, kind of clarify things here, man. If you guys are on the fence, just jump in, pay them the money, whatever they're charging, it's worth it. They're going to get you the results. They're going to make sure and they're going to back up that promise. So whatever they tell you, like, I mean, I'd vouch for you guys, and I don't really vouch for too many people. So, Raul and Cody ever screw you over, come let me know, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, I think a big thing there that Sal said too was like the commitment part. And I know, for me, he knows this too, that like commitment's everything. So it's like, if you're on the fence about it, it's like, I mean, there's not too much that can go wrong if you're following the process, because your course is so laid out in a way that, dude, just do what they're saying and you're going to get a result. Like, don't be like me. Don't freaking try to be Superman and watch some free videos. I mean, unless you have to, just get started. But if you're, getting going and whatnot, don't go door knocking in 110-degree weather with a white shirt on, sweating like crazy, walking into businesses thinking like, hey, these people have never been hit up by marketing. They're going to call me back. Like, don't be that guy. Just pay a little bit of money, just get it rolling, and then just follow the process. That's all it takes. And when you're committed to things, like, opportunity will always reign. Like, doors will open when you're fully committed to something. Like, you're going to find a way. So like, if you get into the program and you're not finding that it's not working right away like you thought it was, just ask yourself, how committed are you? And what else can you do? Like, in terms of like the trainings and stuff like that, like, are you on the role playings every single day? Are you on this? I know for me, man, bro, let me freaking tell you, dude, if I was in your program when I first started, I would be 10 times better than this, because I literally thought sales was a joke. Like, it's crazy to say now, but like when I first started, man, I used to not take sales serious at all. there's a guy out there, his last name is V, probably know, but like he's all about like, hey, you know, if you're this good, sales will come your way. You don't have to talk to people. People will find you. That ruined me for literally years because I truly believe, like seriously, I truly believe that. If you have a great product, people will find you. And then I run into Grant Cardone where he literally says, the best product does not win. The most known wins every single time. My Apple device has a problem every single freaking day, but I still buy all their stuff. And if you ask Sal, I know Sal's the biggest advocate for Apple.
Oh,
Absolute biggest.
You can love Apple.
But it's the most known who wins. So, I mean, that's in terms of like commitment, that's what I would say. Raul's training course and everything they have to offer is literally like the most put together course I've ever seen. Like literally like stage, step by step, like how to get your first client, how to get your first agreement. Like I remember when I first started, people would ask me like, okay, great. What agreement do you have? I agree to work for you. I don't know. Like, I didn't know what an agreement was. I was like, I agree to work with you. I don't know. And they're like, do you have anything written? I'm like, yeah, I can make something on Google Doc if you like. Like, I don't know. You know what
Andrew,
I mean?
how many, sorry to cut you off, dude. How many times, dude, I know I've done it plenty of times in the past, but dude, like how many times just since we've been together have we like got buying courses for fix certain problems, and like rather than like just being able to hand it off to our employees, like we have to like go through it and kind of redo stuff and do this, that, and the other. And by the time we get through that, I'm like, dude, I could have like done this whole thing myself. Like
Yep.
your course was supposed to be like, you know, like I don't know what they call it, you know, turnkey or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like we just pass it off to our employees. Like so many people promise that and they don't deliver. With your guys' stuff, dude, literally it's just like, hey, go watch these videos, follow this SOP. We maybe have to change 2 lines. Like we're going through some of the ISA stuff, right? And we literally, I think like the only thing that we had to take out was instead of Skype, we just use Slack,
Yeah.
you know, for our communication. Like that's like one of the only things that we had to change in that entire SOP was that. Like, I was just like, holy crap, like, dude, like, that's nothing. So it's just like, you know, dude, if you want something like where you can actually literally just follow, like, that's the problem with most of these programs. They promise that, like, it's step by step and you just follow it, but that's not the case. They're missing information. It's like it's like the YouTube videos back when I was doing phone repair and stuff in that business years ago. Like, they would, like, show you, like, how to, you know, fix the phone, but they would leave out one step that would, like, fry your phone and break it if you didn't follow it. They didn't tell you, and then you'd be calling them up to fix your phone. It's like, dude, that's how I feel with these marketers. They leave out stuff, expect, you know, so in that way that you go and spend more money with them. But the problem with that, which is like, I mean, that's cool, but like let people know that like up front before they buy the thing, expecting this is going to solve the problem entirely.
Yeah.
You know,
I would say
you guys didn't do that.
And those weekly trainings are freaking huge for us, especially like the bottlenecks. Because I remember for me, like if I just had somebody, like even like when I only had like 4 or 5 clients, my biggest bottleneck was like, okay, I'm starting to get a little momentum. Now, who do I hire? Or can I even afford to hire? Or how do I grow from here? Because I remember like 4 clients was a problem. Like it's just enough to be busy, but you don't get paid enough to hire anybody. So like 4 clients is like a problem. And at least for my problem, it was like, I'm not making quite enough to hire, but I'm doing enough work where it's starting to kind of take more time away from sales and I'm jumping back and forth. So I know for sure for me, the bottleneck calls, I'm always on those calls, or at least I try to be, unless I'm like on a sales call. I'm pretty much on all those calls. Just because I know that, hey, like there's always value. And every time I'm on there, like for right now, I'm always taking notes. Like I'm always taking notes, and every single time I'm on there, like I remember a big thing was, it was a call with Cody on the bottlenecks, and somebody was like, hey, I've been testing out a new lead form, and instead of saying this, tweak it to this. And I've been trying it and it's been working phenomenally. I think it was like in terms of like, where do you want us to send your, where do you want us to send your list, or like, what number do you want us to text your list to? And I remember that was huge for us because now we use that in all our forms across like the actual, like our entire business in terms of niches. Like, where do you want us to text your voucher? Because we use like crowd therapy and fitness and stuff. So I use that now. So like that one little tweak helped us improve across our entire business. So now I'm like, man, if I can just get like one thing, that's all I look for. Just like the one mentality. Like if I just need the one thing on this call, they can like help me improve the business, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to spend my time on those calls. So I'm always on all of them, especially the sales one too, because sales is like a unique thing where it's, if you're not practicing every day, you kind of lose a step, if that makes sense. So for us, like Sal said, we do role playing every single day for an hour. So
He
it's
just
like
was crazy when I did that. He's like, well, Grant Cardone and Mike Arcee, they only do like half an hour a day. I'm like,
yeah.
with them. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do an hour, dude. Because
Yeah.
why the hell not, dude? Like,
Yeah, the sales is huge. The sales is definitely huge.
not even sales, but our appointment setters too, even for our clients, dude. Like they
Yeah.
do the same thing. Anybody who's talking to somebody, like they do an hour of role playing every day. And if they're not in a job where they like do role playing, well, dude, they're doing training, they're watching courses, they're reading books, like whatever is pertinent to their role, they're doing an hour of training every single day in every single position.
I think we had Carlo go through your entire program, I think 3 times at this point. Right, Sal? Like the for like at least the technical side, like the
dude, Carlo's been through like 10 people's programs like 3 times by now, I think. But dude, Carlo's such a rock star, man. Like he's one of the few he's like really the only position in the company where he kind of like he has his like daily stuff, but like we'll ask him to do special projects and things that come up. Like what we're implementing this week, Raul, dude. We were just like, hey, just go figure this out, dude. And like, dude, like he's a rock star like that, dude. And like, you know, like, dude, like we're able to hire, you know, people overseas, dude. Like we pay them a little bit better than most, but you know, we start them out like around like $600 a month base salary. And then we give them like, you know, bonuses, promotions and stuff based on there. Like, dude, like I think Carlo, like, he made like what, $500 bonus last month, man, for just crushing it, dude. Like,
yeah, and the thing he's talking about specifically is like your guys' perfect stranger method that he's become like a master on. So he's always on those calls. And once again, this is something that it's huge because I'll tell you right now, Raul, like starting out and even to today, I've never closed a deal from a Facebook ad or not a Facebook ad, a Facebook message. But Raul was booking, or I'm sorry, not Raul, Carlo is booking because of Raul's trainings. I think what's 5 to 10 a day now.
Yeah,
from the perfect stranger method.
Yeah, and he could be doing more, but we're focusing like once again, we're focusing more on quality. You know, getting people through because you can book appointments all day with people who are just going to waste your time. Like a lot of people don't understand that too. It's like, hey, like any data, man. Like you put in good data, you get good data out. You put in crap, you get crap out. You know, it's like anything else in life. And so, I mean, yeah, dude, like he's doing like 5 to 10 between Facebook and LinkedIn. I mean, dude, there's days where he was like literally booking like 20 appointments a day. But we have him like kind of doing other stuff, and you know he's actually being promoted to our social media manager. We're starting our new group here, you know, this week actually. You know, getting people in through there, doing more live workshops. I don't know. We didn't get any of those ideas from working with Raul and his team. We're definitely not something similar.
Yeah, so I think for to overall like kind of wrap it up, I would say for Raul, man, like just take the lead, man. I mean, I don't think you can go in that training program and anybody have a complaint. I mean, once again, I've spent a lot of money on different training programs, and there's always people that are like, I didn't get anything out of it. This is a scam. I have yet to see anybody complain about Raul's program. And I think that's just because it works. At least if you follow everything, it works. Like, just don't be lazy, be committed. And it'd be pretty hard to screw up your training program because it literally step-by-step lays it out. And SOPs are huge because for their entire time until Sal came in here, I didn't really even know what SOPs was. Like, I didn't really believe in it. I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I do. And good luck. And then you have Raul's course where it's like, create SOPs. And then I'm like, oh, great. And then it's like, but steal ours. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
Why is it, Raul, dude, like you can talk to your lips turn blue to somebody about something for like years and years, dude. But until they hear from somebody else, they're not going to listen to a word you say. Like they're oh yeah, but then somebody else says it, and all of a sudden they're, hey, dude, like I was watching Raul stuff, and he's talking about these SOPs, and we need to do this, and we need to do that. I'm like, dude, like that's what I've been trying to like tell you for the last freaking 9 months, dude. Like, like I'm glad you finally get it, but dude, like, why couldn't you just listen to me before?
Yeah,
like,
so I think Raul,
like a prophet is without honor in their own country. Like that's like kind of how it is, man. Sometimes the people closest to you, because they know you, they're just like, whatever, dude. But as soon as like it's like a certain phenomenon, dude. I don't know. I'm sure you've had that happen in your life, Raul, dude. I'm talking to somebody till your lips turn blue, then they hear Grant Cardone or Jordan Belfort, Billie Jean, or whoever the heck else say it, and all of a sudden now they're trying to come to you like it's their idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the cool thing is too with Raul, like your guys' team, that you guys are still like actually doing like an agency. That's a big thing for us too, is that you guys are actually still doing it. So when we're coming to you with like ad issues or anything like that, it's not really like a guessing game for you guys. It's like, well, literally tweak this. Oh, you said this, we'll tweak it to this. Well, for instance, for like the real estate side, like what is the medium range home? Well, the medium range is 250, but you have on your ad 650. Why are you doing that? Who told you to do that? Well, don't do that. Change it to this. It's like you guys have like the answers, and kind of like the library of ads that you guys give is huge. And we didn't even mention that, but dude, like it cuts the learning curve literally 95%. Like there's nothing you have to learn if you're doing the real estate side, just by copying your guys's ads, like the library you guys put together. Because usually when people put ads together like that, like they work sometimes, but you got to tweak it. But man, like Cody's like, dude, don't touch a freaking thing. Just literally copy it and plug and play this, like the little pieces you need. But other than that, it's gonna work. And the only reason it doesn't work is because you tweak something that I told you not to tweak. And I'm always on those calls. I think it's on Friday, the traffic calls. And he's always like, someone's like, it didn't work. And Cody's like, well, what did you change? Oh, well, you changed this. Why'd you do that? He's like, don't do that. Change it back, but just change the number. So it's really unique because, like I said, it's literally it's a business in a box. Like it's literally a business in a box. Just get the SOPs, follow the process, get your first client. Great, because like me and Sal were talking about, what almost destroyed us in the beginning of the year was, great, we can get the clients, but how the hell do we deliver?
Hey, let's not forget to blame Uncle Sam and the great state of California for other taxes too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's its own problem. But yeah, so your guys' course literally gives you from step to step, or step by step of, to get the client. Great, you got the client. How do you maintain the relationship, which is a big one too. When you're maintaining the relationship, setting the right expectations, especially for this niche. Like if you don't set the right expectations, like it can just go bad really quick. So pre-framing the situation, or expectations, not situation, and then getting the actual result. And then when you get the result, well, get a testimonial. Because at least for me, when I first started out, that testimonial literally was life and death for me. I was like, I don't care if you pay me for anything, just get the testimonial. As soon as we got it, that's when everything changed. And same with us. As soon as we got that testimonial, it helped us like crazy.
Nobody's been telling you to do that forever after every sale.
Yeah, but yeah. So I would say Raul's course is just it's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
Awesome.
just do it,
Man,
Like, you guys aren't part swappers, dude. You know, like to really drive home Andrew's point, if that's cool with you, Raul, man. Like, you know, you go to get your car fixed, dude. You got two types of mechanics. You got those who know what the hell they're doing and diagnose your car and fix what's actually wrong with it. And you have part swappers. Those are guys who don't really know what they're doing. They're just going to swap parts until it's fixed. And like that's how a lot of these like these course guys are, and coaches and stuff. They're not in there in the day to day. And so even though like they might have known stuff up to a few months ago, dude, like anybody who runs Facebook knows how often Facebook changes, let alone other platforms. And it's just like, dude, a lot of them are just like part swappers, dude. They're telling you go do this, go do that, not really knowing what's going to work. Whereas with you guys, like you save us all that time. It's just like, dude, like why are you swapping out and changing your transmission when like all that's wrong with your car is you need a new catalytic converter? Like,
yeah. So it's a no-brainer.
Awesome, boys. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hazard, bro, and like the early 2000s, the one like just do it. Ben Stiller, do it. Just do it.
You guys are. I'm gonna make you guys make our next ad for us. This testimonial. Anyways, guys, I mean, hey, if anybody's out there that's on the fence, hit us up, #GSD. We can help you transform your agency like that. You heard it from two guys that have just gone through the program or are still in it. We have a lot of answers. We have a lot of knowledge, combined 26 years. It's scary to say that because I feel like I'm still 20 years old, which I'm not. But anybody who needs help, get the necessary help, acquire the necessary skills. Otherwise, you'll always be stuck. We're here to support you in this community. Enjoy our free content. And if you want to level up, we have a private group that can do just that for you. And Sal, Andrew, thank you guys so much for spending all this time today. I know we went I think we went like 40 minutes over what we allocated on the calendar. So I just wanted to make you guys, give you guys an extra special thank you for that. And then we'll see you guys today on the traffic call in about 35 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
Awesome. Have a good one, Earl.
Bye, guys.
Bye.